There we go.
Here we go. Watch live now.
Hey, fourth grade families. This is Miss Reef. I will be hosting this parent access night tonight, and we are very happy to have Mr. Diamond, Mr. Hare, and Miss Gillentine here. And so I'm just going to kind of turn it over to them, and they sort of have some agenda items. And if you have anything that you want to add, you can put it over in the chat box, and we will be responding. So I'll turn it over to y'all.
Well, thanks for joining us. Hope everybody's having a good day. We're here to answer any questions you guys may have for fourth grade. So far, it's been an amazing year. It's been a lot of fun getting to know all of your students. Some great and crazy, exciting, and very energetic students. So this has been a wonderful opportunity for all of us here. So I guess I'll start off by introducing myself. I'm Mr. Diamond. I'm the fourth grade math teacher. This is, for those of you who don't know, this is my first year at Harmony. I honestly couldn't have asked for a better team to work with. Mr. Hare, Ms. Gillentine, and Mr. Tello, who's not here at the moment, is...
You're good.
Oh, I'm good, okay. I was like, so waving at me. They've been a wonderful support. Yeah, the kids are great, and they've all welcomed me with open arms.
My name is Mr. Hare. I am the science teacher, and so I teach all of the different fourth grade sections of science. So it's been a lot of fun so far. We've done some experiments. We're learning a lot of stuff. I would like to do a couple of quick reminders about some things, and then we can move on to Ms. G. The first thing that I want to remind you of is that newsletters are going home. Please ask your students about those. They're going home on Mondays. That's going to have all different kinds of information that you guys will need from us. Everything from contact information, the content that we're covering in classes that week, even things like upcoming events like house parties, like we're having one tomorrow for the students to be aware of, to things like parent-teacher conferences, which are coming up as well. So look for some more information about that coming in the newsletter.
So I'm Miss Gillentine, or some of the kids call me Miss G, and I am the ELA teacher for 4B and 4D. So I see half the fourth graders, and I have a really good group. 4B and 4D are some good kids. They work really hard, and we're doing a lot of reading and learning how to write narratives and learning about different types of narratives. So they're doing a lot of hard work in our class.
One thing that we do want you to be aware of is parent-teacher conferences. We're going to be sending letters home this week. So you may be getting a paper letter, you may be getting emails. Personally, I'm going to be sending out emails to each of you, giving you a chance to request a time slot to meet with me. As always, you can contact me at rhare@harmonytx.org. You can set up a meeting with me anytime that you wish to do so. You don't have to do it during parent-teacher conferences. I will do my best to accommodate you within my schedule anytime that you want to meet. But we will be having parent-teacher conferences on this upcoming, not this week, but next week on Thursday. And so please look for information about those coming out. We'll be doing them starting from 4 going to, is it 7:30?
Yes.
7:30. Okay, so we'll be having time slots to sign up, but I teach all of you the fourth graders, so you may not be able to sign up for a time on that day. There's just not enough time slots. If you miss one, please contact me and let me know that you would like to meet, and I will find another time to meet.
Mine is the same way. I actually sent my email out this afternoon, so some of you have already responded and scheduled a time. I appreciate that. But like Mr. Harris said, I see the entire fourth grade. So if there is a time slot or that you would like to meet that is not listed on the email, or if you'd like a little bit extra time, please shoot me an email. Again, jdiamond at the ring to harmonytx.org.
And just to clarify, so the houses that Mr. Hare was talking about, we have Ursa, that's green, Aquila, blue, Leo is purple, and then Columba is kind of a maroon or red color. And so students have been working all this quarter to earn points for their houses, and the house point winner will be announced tomorrow, and then they will have a party on Thursday for the winner of that house.
And they'll get a special invitation with what to wear.
Then they'll have a special invitation that's sent home with them. I don't know if y'all can hear Miss Carone in the background.
And the other houses can wear their house colors.
So if your child's house is not the winning house, they can still wear their house colors for Thursday. Do they get to wear? Okay. So they can wear their house colors. We had a family that came in, so I just want to welcome you guys. Thank you for joining us. Did you guys want to start talking about any agenda items that you have?
So there are one or two other things. We've mentioned a few, but please make sure that you are aware that there isn't any school this Friday.
No school?
Yeah, well, you have to go to school.
You have to go to school.
I have to go to school too, but we don't have school for students. This Friday, September the 28th. Also, be aware that Monday, October the 8th is also a student holiday. So, yeah, getting a lot of days off. So please be aware of that as well. One other thing that we did want to touch on our agenda was our classroom management strategies. And so just to give you a quick overview of what I do during my class, the first thing I want to talk about is like hall passes. So if I have a student who needs to go to the restroom, they're allowed to do that. They need to get permission from me, and I give them 2 minutes to do what they need to do. I'll let them go for water, to go to the bathroom, whatever it is. And so they know the procedures for that. They know how to raise their hand and let me know. So they know how to do those things. Another thing that you may want to be aware of is that when we do have maybe a behavior problem or something like that, we do have a discipline tree that we go through. And so we have different systems. We have warnings first, and then they'll go through. You may get some contact from us. Some of you may have had some contact from us already. And so just want to make you aware of those. If you have questions about what we're doing with that, please feel free to email us there. I don't know if there was anything else that you guys want to mention about that.
Yeah, mine's similar. The restroom, obviously, we're not going to keep them going. So if they, as long as the time is appropriate, one person at a time. Typically, there's a 1.5 to 2 minute limit. So we want them to go as quickly as possible and then come back. So there's no loss of instructional time during that period. So for math, just want to let you guys know that if you have not been invited to or accepted invitation to your child's Google Drive, that's where we're keeping all of the graded homework this year for math. I sent out invitations to everybody, I guess it was about a week and a half ago, and most of you that have accepted, so you should have access to the Google Drive folder for math, and that's where all the graded work is going. I'm able to scan their work, grade it quickly, and then file it into those Google Drive folders. And a lot of questions from parents on homework, missing homework in particular, what's showing up on Google Classroom versus what's actually missing. I'll admit this is my first year using Google Classroom, so a lot of that is just software learning curve for me. So if you're showing on Google Classroom that there is something missing, it's more than likely not missing. What has to happen is your child actually has to go in and submit it on Google Classroom. That's really not my position, or not my part to do. I will be handing out Thursday any information on any missing assignments at this point. I don't believe there's many, if any, at this point, but you'll certainly know by the end of Thursday what's missing from any of the students. Fourth grade math, we are doing a lot of homework. So anything that we are not finishing in class is going home for homework for each of the students. Doing that to help reinforce and practice some of the skills that we're doing in math this year. Math in particular is going to be, there's going to be a very large jump from third grade to fourth grade in the way, not only the way that the material is taught, but the curriculum itself. In first, second, third grade, they're learning very concrete skills. starting in 4th grade and moving on, some of the skills become a little bit more abstract, and it does become a little bit more difficult for some students to grasp right away. We will have plenty of practice time. There's a lot of one-on-one time and two-on-one time. I do pull small groups almost daily in each of the classes, in the math labs in particular, and Mr. Hare does the same in the math labs that he's working with. So we are able to work with the students who need a little bit extra reinforcement. And for those who don't need a little reinforcement, who are ready to move past that, we're able to extend and enrich their those concepts a little bit more for them too. So we do have a little bit of play during the small groups as well.
So we had a question that came in that said that they would love to have access to the math ebook. Do you know if GoMath is available on the Rapid portal? Have you seen it on there?
I don't know. I will definitely check on that. However, if there's any concern about wanting extra work or extra reinforcement at home, please shoot me an email, and what I can do is I can provide a list of websites or additional resources that you can use at home. I do hesitate to send home or provide, if there is a link, some of the materials we're doing in class, because I do want to be able to shape the message delivered in class a little bit. So I will provide any links or resources you guys want for home practice as well. And I highly encourage any kind of multiplication skills at home, multiplication facts. We're not teaching multiplication facts this year. We are expecting the students to know them at this point, or to at least have strategies to figure out what those are. And the strategies include a multiplication chart that they're allowed to keep with them in their journal. So having facts memorized is not something that we're going to be practicing, because we do have so much to go through this year. It's such a good time.
And just to sort of touch on what Mr. Diamond is talking about with the Google Classroom and the Google Drive and everything, and mentioning the math ebook, if it is available, all of that is going to be stored in, it's called the Rapid portal. It's a single sign-on that we're sort of shifting to this year. And so if you are wanting your students to be able to log in to that and use those resources, you'll go to, sorry, I'm reading this at the same time, classroom.google.com, and you'll put in your student ID number. So that can be found on Skyward if you're not aware of what the ID number is. And it will, as you put in that student ID number, it will automatically redirect you to the single sign-on that Harmony is now using, called Rapid Portal. And you'll put in this email that I'm submitting right now. It's their student ID number at student.harmonytx.org. And their password is 123ASD.
Unless they reset it.
Unless your student reset it. In that case, they should know what they reset it to, because they have to use it whenever they log in every day. So once they get into that portal, you'll be able to see the Think Central that Chris M. that you submitted about. That will be in there. And then the, oh, thank you, Ms. Bertello. And the other Google Classroom things, there's also Skyward is stored in there. But we had a parent question earlier today asking about, like, if we're going to be synchronizing all of the links and the things that you have to go to. And we share your frustration, but as of right now, that Rapid portal is sort of the best that we have. One of the questions was about School Cafe, and that's still just going to be stored in the HSI Carrollton website, as well as the Google Family Calendar. So we're trying, we understand your frustration, and so that's the best we can offer for now.
I'm not able to answer a question I'm seeing on here. It says, what is Think Central? Is this another site we need to access? I'm not sure what that is.
Have you used it at all, Ms. G? Okay, Think Central is the online website resource for journeys. And so they will be going in to Think Central, and they can access a few different things, like the stories that they're reading in class, and some of the resources that are available on there. It depends on what the teacher has set up. So the students, Think Central, since it is within that portal, will be available. So all you'll have to do is click that link, and as long as they're signed in through the portal, it'll open up whatever they have access to. Usually it's the story of the week or the focus story that they're working on.
If we're on the topic of the online programs for science, we use STEM Scopes. That is an instructional resource that students have access to. They can do assignments on, and so they have various assignments on that. They know how to log into it. Information about that is also posted in their Google Classroom. That's going to be the best resource for them to do anything science related. That's not something that they need to be on doing homework on. It's if they fail to finish an assignment, they can go and log on if they want to do that. However, it's not something that they need to be going on every night and doing extra work. It's something that it's a class resource that we use.
Okay.
So in ELA, some of the things that we're working towards and doing, I know the second quarter that we're going to do, we are working on implementing a reading log. So that is something that you'll be seeing soon. We really want to encourage these fourth graders to be reading more. So that reading log will go out, and we're going to want them to read about 15 to 20 minutes a night to get that practice in for reading more often. Another thing that we are implementing in ELA right now is for those GT students specifically, we are starting a year-long GT project where the students will go through the process of how to write a novel, and they will break down each part of a novel and go through the planning stages of that. And by the end of the year, they will have a 10,000 word novel that they have created in our ELA class. And that's something that they'll do when they have shown mastery on certain subjects that we are working on currently in class. That way they have something that challenges them and pushes them and still encourages the learning that we are doing in class. Some of the online programs that we use a lot of MyOn. It's a reading program that they can get to in their MyHarmony portal, as well as KnowReady. It's great for writing, and it helps them practice how to really perfect their writing, as well as iStation. They have just started using that recently. We were having some issues at the beginning of the year, but we just got it all up and running, so that's been going great this week.
And again, all of the things that they are talking about are available on that portal. And Ms. Fratello, she commented to me wanting to say that the novel thing that Ms. Gillentine was talking about was it's also for students who are just frequently early finishing. So it doesn't have to be just for the GT kids. It can be for the kids who would just really enjoy ELA and tend to get done with their work quickly.
Yes, definitely.
We have several parents in here now, so welcome you guys. Do you have any questions that you wanted to ask or add to this? No?
It was funny that we have a student in here as well, and when Ms. Gillentine said a 10,000 word novel, the student's eyes were like,
Yes, he's ready to write 10,000 words.
We have 1 year.
Yeah.
Then you got to do 10,000 math problems. So.
Don't worry, you've already done quite a few.
Yeah.
You've knocked off a good chunk, actually.
There was one other thing that we did want to mention on our agenda, that was snacks. So please, when you're sending snacks with your students, please make sure that they are easy to eat and that they are healthy snacks. We would like to make sure that we are making smart choices, not just in the classroom, but in all of our lives. That's the one rule that we have that I tell my students they're going to have to follow forever. Healthy snacks, and then something that can be eaten quickly. We don't want to lose much of our instructional time, and so we want to make sure that our students are able to eat and then get back to work as soon as we've had some time to get on these snacks.
Preferably one-handed too. So, I've seen them before, they lay out bento boxes of things, they're doing all these different things. So,
Just a simple snack.
just a simple snack, carrots, bananas.
Okay. So earlier when we were talking about the houses and the house event that's going on Thursday, students can wear their house colors and jeans. We were sort of waiting to hear from our dean of students before we said that, and we didn't want to get anybody in trouble. So students are allowed to wear their house colors and jeans on Thursday.
But the winning house will be coming home with a special invitation for directions to wear something different.
Oh, catchy. Okay. So if anybody else has any questions that they want to add, we can hang on for just another minute or so. Otherwise, I'm not going to make these teachers just sit here.
Again, if you guys have any questions or concerns, make sure that you're checking that the newsletter that goes home. Our contact information is on there. Again, if you're watching and you need it, my contact information is rhare@harmonytx.org. I do my best to respond to an email within about 24 hours. Unless you catch me on the weekend, then you may have to wait till Monday. But I do my best to promptly respond, and if I can answer your question, I will, and if I can't, I will pass that information along to someone who I think can help. So that is really what we want to do. We are here for your students. We care very much about their education, and we want to do whatever we can to help you. You guys are really important. We cannot do this without you. Your support is vital to the success of your students. So any comments, questions, concerns, please feel free to talk to us and let us know.
So we just had some parents say that y'all are awesome,
Yeah, we are.
and thank you for hosting it. So thank you all for joining us, and please feel free to email the teachers. Ms. Fratello, who was not able to attend, I'll type in her email address here and mine as well. And we hope y'all all have a wonderful evening. Thank you.